Even though you might be broke right now, guess what? You are still alive and you are going to make the most out of the little moments that you have. You are going to find happiness and joy in the things around you that you probably just haven't even noticed yet. Stay with me. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're basically talking about how you can romanticize your life even without having so much money or even without spending so much money. Now, being broke is not the goal, because in this space here, we are getting better. We are working towards achieving greater things. We are getting to that higher self and better self, and we are becoming the best version of ourselves, which means our better selves are going to be wealthy, financially stable, literally be able to afford the things that we want. All right. But while we are getting there, our lives are not going to be miserable. We're going to make something out of it. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to love it. And I'm going to be giving you the tips and everything that you genuinely need to just start trying right now. All of these things I'm going to be telling you are actually beginner friendly. Finding joy genuinely comes from romanticizing the random mundane things that literally seem like they are so boring you can bawl your eyes out. Even though I'm striving to get things better, but right now is the present, and the present is where joy and happiness and love is found. First off, self-care rituals. You wake up and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this morning. I'm gonna do this every single morning because this is how I fill my cup. This is what makes me feel better. This is what makes me feel happier about myself. And I'm gonna give you a couple of examples that you can pick from. And also, outside of this video, you can genuinely try to do your own research and find the things that actually works for you. Pick out something that you genuinely do every single day. Now, an example is gonna be trying to journal. Journaling is something that really helps your mindset as a person. It helps you to see that some of the things that happen in your brain that seems extremely grand and big are not actually as big as they seem. You write them down on paper and it actually seems smaller. Your problems shrink. It just makes you realize that, you know what, life doesn't seem so bad after all. Things can get better. Things will get better, because they will. You have to wire your mindset to make yourself believe that you are going to get into that better space, and not to believe that you are going to remain in the same spot. All right. One thing I really like to do to romanticize my mornings is journaling. Sometimes I like to work out. Sometimes I like to dance. Instead of doing like really extreme workouts, if I'm not in the mood of working out, I dance. I move my body in a way that I just know that makes me feel good, and I envision myself being this main character in a movie that is literally just enjoying her morning. Now picture this. Imagine you're watching a movie and the main character of the movie is the one opening the scene. I know most of you have actually watched some of these teenage movies where the main character is like dancing and loving her life, or sitting down outside staring at trees or at the beach or something, and it's just doing something that just makes you be like, what's this person thinking about? How's this person feeling? Why is this person so happy? Because if you look closer or you look deeper into that particular scenery, there is more to it than just it being an opening scene. When you wake up in the morning, try journaling. And while you're journaling, if you feel like you probably still want something to help you focus, make some tea, get some warm water, get a glass of water and sip it while you journal, and give yourself 5 minutes. It could be more, it could be less, but give yourself something that you know that would not feel too bulky, because right now you're just about to start these things. Whenever your brain sees something as being too much work, your brain actually gets scared and it will really not want to go ahead with that thing that you wanted to do. Okay, so we're not trying to scare our brains out here right now. We're trying to tell our brains that, look, little things like this are not so bad for us. In fact, we need them. All right, brain, we need them. We need to do this thing. So let's try to do this together. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. It's designed to make you feel comfortable, and a lot of times we do not want to come out of that comfort zone, so we find ourselves stuck doing the same things, doing the same routine, not really adding any zhuzh or spice to our daily lives. So have a self-care ritual. It could be journaling, it could be reading a book for 5 minutes, it could be taking a walk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. The point here is, choose a self-care ritual that you feel like you might want to start doing every single morning, and set a time bound to it. Something little. It doesn't have to be extreme. Let's try that out and see what works or how it gets better. Second thing under this self-care aspect is that you have to visualize having a great day. You have to visualize how great your life can become. If it's just as little as drinking some water in the morning, bro, take it serious. Sis, take it serious. Wake up in the morning and feel like, you know what, I need to get my water intake right now, because it's gonna wake me up, it's gonna make me feel great. There are a lot of things that genuinely make people feel great. You have to find your own, you have to find your spark. Even as little as working out for 10 minutes, you really don't have to do too much. And I think that's one of the things that really scare us a lot. We try to do too much in the beginning, and our brain gets so tired of doing all of these things. Now, because this is beginner friendly, there are a lot of things that you can add into your morning to make it feel like extremely amazing and all of that. But like I said, I want this to be beginner friendly. Over time, there would be more tips and more videos like this, so you can actually pick and put them together. But if I overload you with so much information right now, there is 100% chance that you would most likely just watch this video and you'll forget every single thing that I just said without really going home to do something better. So yeah, choose a self-care ritual. It could be journaling, it could be reading, it could be making a to-do list, it could be drinking water in the morning, it could be staring at the sunrise. Whatever it is, practice it every morning. And in that morning, make sure you are not with your phone, make sure you are focused, make sure you are enjoying the present and visualizing how great things can become for you. Things can not only be great for people that you watch on social media, it can also be really good for you as well. But if you cannot visualize it, if you cannot see it, if you cannot see that things can actually get better in your brain, then how is it going to manifest in the physical? It can't. A lot of things happen here, first of all, before you see it in real life. Second thing you're gonna do, or we are gonna do to make sure that our lives are romanticized, is to focus on our mindset. Now, a lot of things that happen to us, going to work every day, arranging my bed every day, doing it over and over and over again, can genuinely seem pretty boring. Now, here's the trick. Whenever you are doing anything a little like this, you want to ask yourself, how can I make this thing I'm doing right now a little more fun, a little more enjoyable, a little more exciting? So let's use reading a book from our self-care ritual aspect right now. Let's use that as an example. So let's say you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what? I want to read a book today. But because you feel like, okay, this thing might seem a little boring, you probably would not know how to go about it, or you probably do not know how to make it feel enjoyable for you. How about reading a book with a scented candle turned on? This can also apply to when you're studying. When I'm studying, how can I make studying feel a little more romanticized, a little more exciting for me? You could literally decide to turn on some scented candles, to turn on some lights in your building, in your house. Bring your plants to sit with you on your desk while studying, because it makes you feel like you have something right next to you, just staying with you, keeping you company while you study. Same thing applies if you're going to work every day. When I'm prepping for work, how can I make it a little more exciting? I can turn on some music and dance to it in the morning. That simple question can change everything. You don't have to go overboard, just something little that you can add to it. It could literally just be you visualizing having a conversation with your higher self, with the better version of yourself, with that self of yours that has made it, and you're just having that conversation about how you went through a process, or you went through the journey of struggling, and now you are there, and you're literally asking your better self how it feels to be there right now. In that way, you are also visualizing your future. You're visualizing things getting better for you. You are bringing positivity into your mind, into your space, and into what you are doing. And that is really what romanticizing your life is all about. Now, here's a very random tip that I really like to do. I don't think I've really shared this anywhere. Whenever you are going up and about, if you're coming back from work or you're going places, always carry a book. There are a lot of times you're going to find yourself in waiting moments, like you're waiting for someone, you're in traffic, you're waiting for the traffic to clear up. Use that time to add some life into your day. So even while traffic and all of those things are happening that you cannot really do anything about, you can't control, you cannot change, you can begin to add more knowledge into yourself by reading a book. If anyone genuinely sees you reading a book in traffic while everything is happening, I mean, it's pretty cool, don't you think? Visualize just looking at someone reading a book in a bus while waiting for the bus to like fill up, or while waiting for the bus to move, or while waiting for yourself to get home. You're reading a book and you are having all of these facial expressions about what is happening while you're reading the book, like, oh my god, wow, like what's happening, like how did I get to this part? I remember when I used to go out to work in remote workplaces and like cafes and all of those things, there are moments where I'll just get tired of working or staring at my laptop, and I'll whip out a book and start reading. It just made me feel so happy and so attractive to myself and whoever chooses to look. Another way, still under the mindset area that you are going to use to romanticize your life, is always have something to look forward to. For a person who works a 9 to 5, you finished working and you're probably gonna get home pretty late, and you feel like, oh my gosh, there's nothing left for me to do, there's no time left for me. You can actually take 30 minutes to an hour to just enjoy your evening, and you really don't have to go about doing something extreme. It could literally just be putting on a center candle and making sure that you enjoy some music while you do your skincare routine. Look forward to doing your skincare routine at the end of the day. Look forward to reading a book for 5-10 minutes at the end of every day. Look forward to doing something pretty cool at the end of the day. If you finish work and you get off late, rather than just jumping into your bed and feeling like your life is miserable, why not decide to catch up with a friend and grab coffee or drinks or whatever it is, and just talk about how your day is, talk about how you want to improve, talk about the things that you envision for yourself, share goals, ginger yourself, push yourself to want to be better. And it doesn't even have to take the whole evening. It could literally just be 30 minutes or an hour. And once it gets to an hour, tell that friend, hey, I loved hanging out with you so much, but I really need to get in right now because I need to do some of these things. Set yourself out of that moment and go back home. Enjoy your moment by yourself and get ready for the next day. A lot of us sometimes will feel like, oh, if I have to go out with friends, I might not really know how to tell the friend that, oh, I have to go. Like, bro, it is your time, it is your life. You really have to be able to set those boundaries. Once it is time for you to leave, tell the person that, bro, I kind of have to get to some of other things I need to do, and I can't really just be able to do these things alone. Yeah, sometimes some people will come to your house and you want them to leave, but you don't know how to tell them to leave. Bro, just tell them that, look, kind of have to do some things, and I'm really very much productive when I'm by myself. So I really enjoyed this time we spent, bro, and I can't wait to see you again. Saying some of those things, the person is already catching up, like, okay, I think this person is trying to tell me to leave, and I have to leave, so they leave. And you have your time to yourself. So always look forward to something. Always look forward to something. Now, the final part that we are really going to take into consideration in romanticizing our lives is music. I cannot even overemphasize this one. Let me tell you, music changes everything. Music makes life feel funnier, better, exciting. Music makes life feel good or bad, depending on the kind of music, depending on the type of genre, depending on the type of artist that you listen to, that you bring into your space, that you allow into your lives. The truth is, music genuinely generates feelings, and over time, that feeling can actually be a perception of your life. There is always a main character in every movie. We both know this. And every main character oftentimes has a sort of soundtrack that is allocated to them at different times of their lives. If they are sad, there is a soundtrack playing in the background to allow us to feel more of what the character is feeling at that time. If they're happy, there is a soundtrack. If they're energetic, there is a soundtrack. So why not try to have your own playlist, your own soundtrack that genuinely makes your life feel like you? So yeah, we're gonna make sure of that. First off, you are gonna create your own main character playlist. Okay, it will elevate your mood, it would elevate your feeling. A lot of times you need to wire your brain to feel some certain way, to think some certain way. A lot of us don't really think about it like that. And also finding out your kind of music like that suits your vibe. If you want your life to feel sad in some certain way, obviously you're gonna be picking music that are most likely sad, music that makes you feel heavy. We don't want that. We want music that makes us feel light. We want music that makes us feel like the sun is out, I'm looking forward to something great. For me, my type of music or genre that really makes me feel alive is indie music, mystical, whimsical kind of music. You know, this kind of soundtracks that people actually listen to in fairy tales like Shrek. Yeah. I love that so much. And I have a playlist just designated to music like that. Bonus tip, whenever this music is turned on and you are in a situation or a place where you feel like you can move your body, dance. If you're folding your clothes and your music is turned on, dance to it, feel the rhythm, enjoy it, feel happy, drink some water, dance with the water, pretend like the cup of water is like your princess or your prince or whatever it is. Now, this is something that is just relative to me because this is how I envision my day. These are the little things that I do. But my point is, look for things that you can actually infuse in your day, in your moments, to make it a little more interesting. And I'm telling you, you're gonna feel a certain type of joy doing these things and having that particular soundtrack that makes your life feel elevated over time. Now, I know that life is not always the best. Life is not always happy. Life is not always going to be all roses every single day. But I need you to understand that there is always going to be something within your control and something outside your control. Every time or in every moment you are faced with a certain situation, try and ask yourself, can I do anything in my power that would change what is happening right now? If the answer is yes, then fine, you can go ahead and do it. Go ahead, shoot your shot at it and change something about it. But if your answer is no, then you need to sit with that answer. You need to understand that you cannot do anything about it. There is nothing you can do right now that is going to change the situation of what is happening. Feel sad about it if you want to feel sad, whatever the situation is. Stay with yourself for a moment, sit down, do nothing. But the moment you feel like you are willing to get better again, you are willing to step out again and do the things things or chase the things that are within your control, make sure you push yourself out of that. Do not allow yourself to stay in that rut or that sad mindset for a very long time. You are always in control of your mind. Always remember that. You might tell yourself that, you know what, I can't do anything about this. You might say it the first time and honestly nothing might happen. But the moment you keep trying to say it again and again, reminding your subconscious that you're not in control of these things, but let me try and focus on the things that I can actually control, your mind starts to help you revisit the things that are in your control, and then you can gradually start tilting towards them. Now, this is a very, very random bonus tip, but you are going to be in touch and in love with nature. Nature is something that is constant. There is always nature every single way. Now, this is why you can actually romanticize your life without really spending a dime, especially when you have nature, you have music, you have a good mindset, and you have self-care rituals. Remember, these are the 4 tips that I just gave you, or these are the 4 things or areas that I just gave you towards romanticizing your life. Nature is always going to be there. There are always going to be trees. The sky is always going to be there. The sun is always going to be there. The star is always going to be there. The water, the beach, the sand, all of those things they're always going to be there. So you can genuinely decide that you want to go outside and touch grass. Any moment you find that you feel like you are free and you do not want to spend your time rotting in bed, get outside and try to do something with nature. As little as taking a walk while the sun is setting. If you're back home before the sun sets, come outside and watch it set. Come outside and watch the sky change colors. The sky is not always the same color every single moment of the day. When the sun is rising, the sky is a different color. When the sun is very harsh, the sky is a different color. When the sun is setting, the sky is a different color. When it is pitch black and dark, the sky is a different color. You can decide to become an observer. Notice all of these things. Noticing where the wind is blowing for the day. Is the wind blowing this way? Is the wind blowing that way? When the rain is falling, is the rain falling downwards or is the rain falling like this or like this? I don't know if you've ever looked at that thing before, but sometimes the rain falls straight down, sometimes the rain falls diagonally, and sometimes I don't really know. You have to be an observer. Notice those things because nature is constantly around you, but you're not noticing it. To you, it's abstract. To you, you're not seeing it. You're mindlessly walking past it every single day. So now let's go straight down into the action points and the things that you are going to be doing to make sure that you start romanticizing your life from this moment. First of all, pick one self-care ritual that you're gonna embody every single day, every single week, every single month. After some time, after a month or 2, you can change it or you can add more self-care rituals into your routine. That is definitely up to you. But we're gonna start small. We're beginner friendly. We're not gonna make it crazy. We're gonna have one self-care ritual that we're gonna be doing every single morning when we wake up to make our lives or to make our day feel better. Choose whatever it is. And secondly, mindset. Look for ways to make that little thing more fun, more lovable, more exciting for you, and also just visualize how great your day can be for that day. Thirdly, you're gonna make your own main character playlist on your Spotify app. I use Spotify, so that's why I said Spotify app. So you're gonna make your own main character playlist. You're gonna search main character vibe on Spotify and begin to listen to the songs that genuinely feel like you. Over time, I'm very sure Spotify will be able to create a playlist for you yourself, and you can probably just use that playlist as your movie playlist and really just enjoy it whenever you feel like, you know what, you remind yourself that you need to become the main character. You need to feel like that. Also remember that you are not the main character in every other person's life. The moment you start trying to feel that way, that is a whole different thing. That's main character syndrome, narcissism, whatever. Those ones are whole different things. We are focusing on your own life. You are the main character of your own life. In other people's life, you are a side character. So do not try to impose being a main character on someone else. Don't even do that. All right, we're good people here. We know what we're talking about. We have boundaries. We understand. We're self-aware. So yeah, make your own main character playlist and love it, love it, love it, and love it alone. And finally, touch grass. Look at nature. Every single moment when you walk around, notice something about nature every single day. And if you feel like you want to write it down, come back home, take up your journal, write it down, or have just a notes app where you write it down and enjoy these little things. Repeat and repeat. Do these 4 things: the self-care ritual, your mindset, your music, and touching grass with nature. Try it over and over again. Over time, even when you get to watch more people who are really in love with these things, you get to feed your mind with more things that you can do to make your life even more beautiful. And I really hope that you see that life can be so much more better than just chasing the rat race of life and trying to acquire all the riches in the world. Yes, luxury is amazing. Having all of these things are great, but what really makes you happy? Happiness is dependent on you, and you can find those things. You can create those things by yourself, and that is what this video is trying to help you to do. Like I said, I really made this beginner friendly, and I hope that you get to make great use of it and enjoy it and try it out and let me know how it works for you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. I will be dropping videos every Sunday 3 p.m. so make sure you leave a like and probably drop a comment if you feel like this helped you, or let me know what you think you're gonna try ASAP. What is that self-care ritual you're gonna be incorporating in your life? I really want to know. For me, it is journaling, and other days I work out, and other days I literally just sit down with a glass cup of warm water and my Bible, and it's an amazing morning for me. So I want to know, tell me, give me all the updates. I really want to know how these things happen for you or how it gets for you, and we can keep talking more about this. All right, so yeah, thank you so much again for staying with me and watching this video. My name is Claire, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.